once you get a taste of how big and how, the potential of this thing is, your mind will wake up. I think that's the best thing, the best feeling to get. I think that is a solution for burnout.
What if you could reclaim hours of free time each week, create legacy building wealth, and devote more energy to your passion projects without giving up on your career as a life-saving MD? My name is Vikram Raya, functional cardiologist, high performance coach, and real estate expert. And I'm here to give you the tools, strategies, and solutions you need to transform your life so you can unlock your limitless potential and achieve greatness, all the while freeing up your precious time. Welcome to Limitless MD. Let's dive in. Hey guys, on the podcast today, I have Dr. Uli Chettipally. He is an ER doc, researcher, innovator, and author. He's the founder of Sirica Therapeutics, and he is the founder of InnovatorMD. This guy is at the junction of it all. Artificial intelligence, video games, therapeutics, robotics, innovation. You don't want to miss this episode. All right, Dr. Uli, welcome to the podcast. I'm really excited.
Thank you, Vikram. Thank you for having me. You can call me just Uli.
All right. So, guys, Uli is really a pioneer. He's received an award from Kaiser for his innovation status, including the Maurice F. Colleen Research Award, because he created a clinical decision support platform that scans millions of patients per year in the ER and gives ER doctors real-time guidance. And right now, this is being implemented in over 21 hospitals in the Kaiser system in California. First of all, how the heck did you do that? Weren't you supposed to be seeing patients as an ER physician?
Well, it's an interesting story. During the dot-com boom times, I was the chairman of the department at South San Francisco. And I took a year sabbatical to actually do a startup. Of course, startups were hot at that time. We raised $500,000 and everything was going great until the market crashed. So that's when I went back to my job, but switched gears to research. And that was when, Kaiser went fully paperless with the EHR system. And myself and a couple of other guys, we were thinking, what can we do with all this data that is being collected in the EHRs? And that's what we came up with. We wrote some grants, and then we got some research funding, and we used that funding to build this platform.
What is it called, the platform?
The platform is called RiskStrat, for risk stratification. So everything we do in the emergency, we are trying to figure out the risk of bad outcomes for the patient, right? So if you know that this person is going to have a heart attack, but they came in with chest pain, and we want to know what are the chances of this person having a heart attack in the next 7 days, 30 days. So predicting bad outcomes becomes very handy when it comes to treatment decisions for physicians in the emergency.
That's awesome. So this algorithm you're able to implement and actually, scale, you got the grants, and now it's actually being utilized. And so I can only imagine that it's probably helping guide these physicians. Probably it's cutting edge, and perhaps it even continues to learn even more and more information. So the decision-making gets better year after year.
Exactly. We take the learnings and then put it back into the system, and it becomes a continuous learning system overall. And also we've developed several modules, congestive heart failure, atrial fibrillation, abdominal pain, head injury, all kinds of stuff. And right now, about 14, 15 physicians work in that group, physician scientists. And we published over 100 papers out of that work.
Guys, this is what's happening. When a person has an idea, you can either sit on the idea or maybe discuss it with your colleagues, over a piece of dried bread at the physician lounge, or you can actually take action. And, it's finding like-minded folks, perhaps in the department, in the community, and, in your group, in private practice, and then getting the money needed and creating a MVP, minimum viable product, right? And then,
exactly.
lean startup thought process. Hey, let's make it look, version 1 is better than version none. Let's get it out there. And look, he's having impact on, perhaps one of the largest healthcare systems in the country in California. It's helping patients, it's helping save money, it's helping decision making, it's helping reduce length of stay in the ER. It's awesome. So this is an example of innovation. And you didn't stop there. You went and decided to help others innovate. And so, I coach a lot of really powerful physicians in the country, especially doctors who are interested in maybe doing something in an innovative space. They want to start a health startup. Can you share with us what is the whole process behind this Innovator MD and the concept behind it and what you're planning to do with helping doctors?
Sure. So I took early retirement from Kaiser Permanente. This was about 4.5 years ago. And that's when I was thinking about, why is it so hard for physicians to do something? And I realized that, when physicians have, they are seeing problems firsthand. They know, what will work and what will not work. So we are not using the physician's experience and their knowledge to innovate and also bring those innovations into the market. What I feel is that physicians, number one, don't have time. They may not have the knowledge on how exactly, what are the steps to bring a product to market. And number three, they may not have the connections and the community to support them. And so that's why, we started InnovatorMD. InnovatorMD is a platform for physicians and nurses and others in healthcare front lines who see problems firsthand and they come up with solutions, but we help them hone those solutions in such a way that they can become a product or even a company eventually, bringing them to market, whatever support they need, whether it is staffing, whether it is co-founders, whether it is investments. So we built the whole community around physician innovation, and that's what InnovatorMD is. And we do classes, we do conferences, we do meetups, and so all kinds of. And we also have an accelerator in partnership with Founder Institute. So we walk them through from the napkin stage until they get funded.
So, guys, it sounds like some of the roadblocks in many of the physicians is they have a brilliant idea, a game-changing idea, something that's going to disrupt the industry, but time, knowledge, connections, community, and obviously capital. Those are the typical roadblocks that I come across. It sounds like that's the same thing for you, Uli. And so imagine having a like-minded group of folks who are further down the line. They've already started companies. They already have connections. They have the capital. They know how to help you structure your company. If you're a solo person, they help you get a team and a co-founder, perhaps. Maybe you need investments. And then obviously having, the capability of something like a Founders Institute and having this high level support is great. And then I'm assuming that you guys are just is it more of an advisory role or do you guys take equity? How does it work?
It's more of we don't take equity, as far as InnovatorMD is concerned. What we do is it's a membership organization. Okay. So we don't want to take more money or make profits or anything like that. We really want for this thing to be a mission-driven company where we are actually serving physicians.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I love how your values and philosophy are essentially aligned with this innovating doctor that's coming into your organization.
Yeah, coming to think of it, physicians are not looked up as, way up in the hierarchy in the healthcare system. They're seen as these cogs in the wheel or pawns, which are replaceable. They're looking at, the system looks at them as just somebody who does this job, a unit of work, and so you get paid by unit. That is not what physicians should be. Physicians should be at the top of the pyramid, because they understand the medical science, they understand the research, they understand the clinical care, they understand what will work and what will not work. And we are not using the physician's brain. I think majority of our brain is just sitting idle. That's a valuable asset.
I totally agree. I think physicians are underutilized. I think they really are. All of them are entrepreneurs at heart, innovators at heart, researchers at heart, and cutting edge folks. along with bedside manner. And so we really are a powerful package, but we've become sort of automatons and just, doing bureaucracy, paperwork, pushing things through a system of some sort that's inefficient. So,
Yeah.
that's also why and whenever there is technology, in fact, instead of utilizing the technology to help physicians, sometimes it burdens physicians. And that's why you wrote the book, Punish the Machine, which I think, in the green room, we're talking about how the promise of AI in healthcare, and really information technology is being protected, and you punish the people, like such as the nurses, the doctors, and and sort of the human capital. But instead, we should be utilizing those machines to its fullest extent and help protecting the people instead. And that's why you said punish the machine instead of the people. So I love that. Guys, it's on Amazon. Yeah. So pick that up. And I also want to get to his latest company, which I think blows my mind. It's Sirica Therapeutics. He's essentially, right. He created a device. You want to share with the audience? And remember, this guy is a full-time ER physician, and he's slowly, backing off on his shifts. But he's working as a physician, and he's able to create, InnovatorMD. He's won all these awards from Kaiser. He's helped transform healthcare systems. He wrote a, Amazon bestseller, and now he's finding a company to help, autistic children. So share us about Sirica.
Yes. So in my role as the founder of InnovatorMD, I come across maybe 150, 200 companies a year, startups that come through us through referrals and self-referrals sometimes. And so what I do is I evaluate these companies and pick 40 or 50 of them to bring them and present at my meetings so that they get exposure, right? Out of these companies, I pick one or two companies to work with very closely. And then that is my, kind of my personal playground, right? I see anything that looks like, wow, this can be amazing if it really comes to life. And and of course, I have to like the team also. These guys are fun, or these gals are fun to work with. And then what I do is I join them, and either as an advisor or as a team member, or even as an investor, early stage investor, and help them grow that company. So there was this one company that was designing these robotic devices for stroke rehabilitation. And so I joined them, I invested in them, I joined them, and then I realized that, wow, this machine can be useful, this whole system can be useful for many other neurological disorders. And I have a daughter with autism. And so that's when I realized, maybe it could work for autism. And so last year, I took her to Salt Lake City. That's where the company is. And I asked her to try the prototype. And she tried it and she loved it. And that's when I thought, okay, this is what I need to work on. And what I did was I took licensed the technology and spinning off as Sirica Therapeutics. And we have done our first clinical study, and it looks awesome. And we are early stage. We are raising money, to go to the next stage of R&D, which is basically clinical trials, and show that it works. And it's an amazing journey.
And guys, I was talking to Uli, in the green room, and we talked about this prototype, and really it's giving autistic children and people with autism, it engages them physically, engages them mentally. It combines robotics, virtual reality, video gaming. If you go to the website, Sirica, what's the website, sir? Sirica.
SiricaTherapeutics.com.
SiricaTherapeutics.com, spelled SIRICA, therapeutics.com. It will be in the show notes. But essentially, it talks about improving three main symptom types: anxiety, sleep, and focus. And it does this by creating neuroplasticity. So it is absolutely going to be a game changer, I think, in the sort of the management and treatment of autism. And yes. So this is the power of innovation, my friends. It can be financially, obviously, very successful because obviously you own these companies that can have multiples. I'm in real estate. I get 2x multiples, 3x multiples. In startups and things, you can get 10x, 20x multiples if you do it right. But on top of that, what about the impact to the world? So it's about having income and impact. Talk about influencing a whole disease state or a neurological state. Talk about changing a healthcare system with the decision support system that he's created. So that's so exciting, my friend. So I have a lot of budding innovators out there. Give me your best 3 pieces of advice for the innovating physicians out there, the inventions, the scientist physicians out there.
Yes. So the first thing I would say is that learn, study, see as many startups as you can. Get involved. You don't need to put any money, but at least have some kind of a connection with the startup. Okay. Study the market, study the process. How are startups done? The second thing is get involved more closely. Either as an advisor or as a part-time chief medical officer or as an investor. Second thing is you learn and you understand, and then once you understand to a few companies, then you will get your own ideas. That's how I got into it, right? So you get your own ideas. Wow, if I could, solve this problem, then I can do it. So then what you do is you slowly start it on the side. Don't quit your job yet. You start it on the side, bootstrap, build it to a stage where it is actually generating revenue. And that's when okay, this is going to be real. And then slowly you can cut down on your work and then jump full time. And that's what I'm doing. And that's what I teach at InnovatorMD.
That's awesome, guys. So those are the 6 steps you talked about to become a physician innovator, innovator MD, if you will. I talk about becoming a limitless MD. Well, he teaches you how to become an innovator MD. So one is study, right? Study the environment, study the atmosphere, study the area you're interested in. 2, get involved, right? In whatever way, ambassador, consultant, CMO, investor, whatever you want. Number 3, finally, you start coming up with your own innovations. Number 4, become a side hustler or bootstrapper. Number 5, make profit and revenue, proof of concept, if you will. And then number 6, get ready, buckle up, ignition. I love it. That's
well
awesome.
said. Well put together.
Okay, guys. Well, what's the best way, Uli, for them to get into your ecosystem and get a hold of you?
Well, the easiest way is LinkedIn. You can find me on LinkedIn. Just connect there. Just send me a message or just get a connection. The second thing is check out InnovatorMD. And, we do have, it's a membership organization. So if you're curious about learning more and getting more involved, become a member. Otherwise,
what's the website for InnovatorMD?
innovatormd.com.
Beautiful.
Yeah. And there's membership page and there's physician membership. And by the way, for every meeting, every presentation, there is CME attached to it. So you can get reimbursed for that membership from your organization if they do that. Awesome. That way you're not putting your own money directly. But the key is that once you get a taste of how big and how the potential of this thing is, your mind will wake up. I think that's the best thing, the best feeling to get. I think that is a solution for burnout. Burnout happens when you're doing the same thing over and over and over again, and you got to do it faster and quicker, and the work gets harder and harder. This is exactly the opposite. You rewind and then think. A lot of the brain power that you haven't used in a long time will be used.
Thank you so much, Dr. Uli. I really appreciate it. Guys, great episode. You want definitely, if you're any interest in innovation or inventions or startups or creativity, this is definitely the episode to listen to, and reach out to Dr. Uli as well. Thank you again for supporting the podcast, guys. Really appreciate it. Keep going. And again, continue to be phenomenal, and we'll see you next time. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Limitless MD. If you found value from this episode, I encourage you to share this episode with a friend and let me know by leaving a review. For more information, make sure you check out the links in the show notes below or simply visit vikramraya.com. So until next time, my friends, be phenomenal.